Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We start the concluding session of this wonderful G4 class with the recitation of the Holy Quran. And I would like to invite L271 to please recite a portion of the Holy Quran and give its translation as well.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. Translation. I seek refuge in Allah from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Alif Lam Mim. I am Allah, the all-knowing. This is a perfect book. There is no doubt in it. It is a guidance for the righteous who believe in the unseen and observe prayer and spend out of what we have provided for them, and who believe in that which has been revealed to thee and that which was revealed before thee, and they have firm faith in what is yet to come. It is they who follow the guidance of their Lord, and it is they who shall prosper. Jazakallah.
Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much. Now, report of the class will be presented by in charge G4, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. G4 online Quran recitation course for Lajna Imaillah UK is going to be finishing today. National Talimul-Quran and Workfare RZ Department, UK is responsible for promoting and teaching of the Holy Quran amongst Ahmadiyya Muslim community members. G4 course is an addition to 3 online courses, G1, G2, and G3 for Atfal and Nasrat, which are running annually to teach the correct pronunciation of the Holy Quran for foundation level, for simple Arabic reading, and Hifzul Quran, respectively. At the special instruction of our beloved Imam, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah his helper, to increase the Waqfine Arzi, National Talimul-Quran Department started this G4 course to train Lajna members, focusing those living in remote areas, learn the Holy Quran with correct pronunciation, and then teach in their respective Jamaats, allowing them to teach Ahmadi children through Ahmadi teachers or mothers, not through non-Ahmadi teachers. G4 course was started with discussion with Hafiz Fazl Rabi Sahib, National Secretary Talimul-Quran and Waqf RC in a staff meeting on 20th February 2020. We launched this G4 online course on 1st March and invited Lajna members to apply by using online registration form on NQC website. A special information poster was prepared and sent through WhatsApp and websites. We advertised 100 places for participants on a first come first served basis. The response from the Lajna members was overwhelming, and by the closing date, we received nearly twice the number of applications. This course was planned for 10 weeks, starting from 19th March to till today, including 4 weeks of Ramadan break. G4 classes were twice a week, on Monday and Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for 2 hours duration each time. A special structured course material was prepared from the books Tahsinul-Quran and Nisabul Hifz, and PDF copies were made available for all students to download from the Talimul-Quran website. These easy-to-learn lessons were prepared to teach students with a view to correct most common errors, supported with extensive practice exercises. To supplement the students' learning, all these G4 classes recordings were made available on YouTube and NQC website. By the grace of Allah, a team of 8 teachers were shortlisted for this course, and they had role as day teachers, sport teachers, registration supervisor, and an in charge under the supervision of head teacher. All teachers worked very hard. The teacher prepared their lesson plan provided to them beforehand. The role of sport teacher was to assist the day teacher by keeping class discipline and managing attendance. We closely monitored the attendance of each student. Finally, I would like to mention this course was very versatile, that our students were beginners, teachers, and those who wanted to revise their recitation. This class also gave confidence to students to speak in front of audience. We were blessed with a very dedicated team of teachers. May Allah reward them abundantly. Ameen. As mentioned previously, we had accepted 100 registration from 65 majalis at first, and only 60% joined on the first G4 class. Attendance went 100% until Ramadan break. After the break, there were only 75% carried on with their course. All students who achieved 100% attendance will be awarded certificates, inshallah. I would like to congratulate all those sisters who have participated in this course. Barakallahu lakum. May Allah enable all of you to benefit with the knowledge you have gained in this course, and may Allah enable you to spread this knowledge. Ameen. We have planned to run G4 online Quran recitation classes for Lajna once a year. I would like to end this report with the humble request of prayers for G4 teaching panel and management staff. May Allah help us to learn and teach the Holy Quran in the best possible manners. Jazakumullah asmal jaza.
Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for a very comprehensive and compact report. Now this is is there any individual who wants to say something about the class? Any feedback or comment?
L201.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd just like to feedback that I found the course very beneficial and the teachers were brilliant. They corrected us and they helped us. And I'd just like to request to maybe keep another course for Lajna, maybe a translation course or maybe a level upper than this one. Jazakallah.
L301.
I would like to say a special thank you to all the teachers. You have been very encouraging. You had a lot of patience when you were teaching us. We had asked so many questions. We made so many mistakes, but you corrected us in a way that nobody felt offended by any of you. It has increased my confidence, and now I can recite Quran Majid a lot better as compared to when I started the course. And I'm also going to say that I'm really going to miss this class immensely. It has been a blessing to be a part of this class. Seriously, I wait for this class every week. I'm really truly going to miss it. Jazakallah.
L262.
Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah, Esma Jaza to all the teachers and staff members. I would also like to say that it was Alhamdulillah, it was an amazing course. And the most appealing thing for me was the teachers were really kind and encouraging. And they were always trying to boost the morale and confidence of the students. I was always struggling to find out the rules in one word, but by this class I learned how can I find out too many rules in one word, and that helps me practice more and more and more. And all the practice course was awesome, and it helped me a lot to improve my tilawat. And I want to be part of this course in future as well.
Jazakallah. L257.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. I just want to give my feedback regarding the teachers are so humble and they are so supportive, even though I have missed my 3 sessions because of I'm Sadra Lajna of my Jamaat, and because of the COVID-19 it was so hectic time to cover all of the things. And I have a question regarding that would it be able that I will join the next course online whenever it will be started next year, or this is the first chance that I have to attend it, or maybe I was not able to attend my 3 sessions which I have missed through the after the Ramadan. So would I be able to join it again or not? Please just let me know that. Even though I have covered all my course through the YouTube's recordings, which is very helpful, but I just mix up the rules with, especially in Arabic. I know some of them in Urdu, but I am trying to remember them in Arabic version as well. So maybe I want to join another class as well. So Jazakallah all the teachers and the supportive teachers. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Finish?
L268.
She is the final? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I need to say that staff member were very polite and understandable. The only two thing I need to say you that one thing is that number of students should be less so everyone can be read and heard by the members, staff member. And another thing is that homework should be given even if very less. These two things I want to request. Thank you very much.
Jazakillah.
Okay, let's finish. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. First of all, I am extremely grateful to my Creator, Allah the Exalted, Rabbul Alameen, Lord of all the worlds, who enabled us to run this wonderful course for our sisters in Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat UK. I'm also very grateful to the entire team, teaching team for this course, and who was well supervised and headed by a very skillful, hardworking, and well organized in charge. And I'm also pay my thanks to the students who participated in this course and benefited from the lessons. And similarly, I'm also thankful for the organization of Lajna Imaillah, because they also promoted this class. And actually, Naib Sadar Sahiba some time ago asked me to start a course similar, a training course or a recitation course for Lajna Imaillah. So G classes, I like to give you a brief introduction of that. Now, in COVID-19, in this hectic period of time, many departments are running different classes or lectures. And Alhamdulillah, our Jamaat is making a good use of this modern technology. Talimul-Quran department started G classes in March 2017. And that was the class G1. G1 means group 1. So G1 class was for Atfal and Nasirat 6+, age 6 and above. And starting from alphabets to the reading of the Holy Quran, that was basically 10 weeks class. Now it has been extended to 12 weeks, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, 1 hour. Then we had a G2 class that is a reading stage, that when you complete your qaida, your basic lessons, now our children embarked on the reading of the Holy Quran, and G2 class was started. That was a reading stage. And when our Atfal and Nasrat are able to read the Holy Quran directly in Arabic from the pages of the Holy Quran, Arabic text. Now, this is a part and parcel for a believer to memorize some portions of the Holy Quran, because we cannot offer our 5 daily prayers without reciting the Holy Quran. This is a very, very essential part of our salat. So to motivate the memorization of the Holy Quran, we started G3 course So hifz, especially memorization of last chapters of the Holy Quran, selected verses of the Holy Quran, and especially those portions which our beloved Imam Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the fifth, Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasir Aziz, recites in prayers, in congregational prayers. And then, as I mentioned, that Naib Sadr Saiba asked me to start a course for Lajna as well. So then G4 class was started, as it was mentioned in the report. And that was particularly for Lajna Imaillah, in UK. And by the grace of Allah, this 20 classes or 20-week course went very well. 20 days course, 20 classes course. And there was a good participation. And because of there was a gap due to Ramadan, so naturally there was a little decline in the participation in the second phase. Now, we have also recently started within this month on 16th June, especially for our male members, for brothers, G5 class. And it is also a 20-week course, but this is first time this is an open access class, meaning that's particularly this is designed for our brothers, but any person who has the link and who has that ID, they can join that, and basically all family can benefit that. But basically we are the focused people are our male members of Jamaat. Then in next we have a plan for the G6, and G6 will be for again for our sisters for Lajna, but that will be particularly in Urdu. Okay, and that will be run in Urdu, as this G4 was in English. So similar class or similar course will be opened soon for Lajna Imaillah, where the available seats are not restricted to 100, but many multiple hundreds. So there is a there could be a large participation in that course as well, because we know that there is major membership still in UK is Urdu speaking. So there was a need that we should start a similar class for G6. And then as one participant, one sister mentions about that there should be a progression in the course. As I mentioned all the time, that reading the Holy Quran with tartil, or with the rules of recitation, is the first step of a ladder in the branches of Quranic knowledge, or the different branches of Quranic knowledge. That was the first step in that big ladder. Now, G7 is planned for that course, and this is called 4-dimensional Quran course or Quran class, and that is named G7. And inshallah ta'ala, that I will myself will take care of this, the teaching of this G7. And as I mentioned, that is a 4-dimensional, it will be. We directly, because you have already learned the lessons, all rules have been learned and have been well taught by our teachers. You have just listened to the report and also in the comments. That will be based, we will focus one particular surah, big surah, considerable, at least 3-4 ruku, that surah. And the first part will be At-Tartil. So At-Tartil, that will be the first part, meaning 1 hour lesson, and At-Tartil, one part, maybe we will be spending 10 minutes on that one. Then the split word translation of a verse by verse we will go. And then there will be At-Tahleel. And At-Tahleel means the grammatical analysis of each and every word of that particular verse and the background. And then the fourth part will be At-Takallum. At-Takallum al-Arabiya, meaning the Arabic speaking based on the Quran. So every verse of the Holy Quran will motivate us to speak and to learn some words in Arabic, because that was also a desire of the promised Messiah ﷺ, that the members of my community should learn the Arabic speaking as well. So that will be inshallah in G7, all these things will be covered. Now with regards to the participation of this class, so as I mentioned that G classes, so in 1 year, all these 7 courses will be repeated. So for example, if you have desire to continue, the G4 course is not only for 2020, but in 2021, this G4 course will be repeated again. G2, G3, G1, and as I mentioned, G6 in Urdu, and G7 again. So all these 7 courses will be repeated. So whether you, a person, whole family could benefit of that one. For G1, G2, and G3 for our Atfal and Nasrat, and for G4, 5, and 6, and 7, these 4 classes for the whole adult members of our community. For male as well, for example, G5 and G6 only for the Urdu speaking. So far we have covered the 2 classes, and other classes will be run in English. Now, as the in charge mentioned that the certificates will be given to those who have attended 100%, but as one sister mentioned that due to some reason, for example, due to could be illness or any other valid reason, sometimes 100% participation is not possible, even though you have all burning desire to attend that one. So I reduced that into 80% now, that those who have attended this course and their participation, their attendance is 80%, they will be given certificate of attendance or certificate of participation. So now this class G4 or G5, basically this is a starting class, or I could say that this is a filtering class or a nursery class to move forward towards a progression to create the certified teachers in UK Jamaat. Those who are able to motivate and teach others, to make others, to enable them to become the teachers. So I announce in this class now, in this concluding session, that mashallah, you have participated in this class, you benefited from this class. Now those who want to help as a teacher, as a assistant teacher, sport teacher, or a day teacher, I like to tell you that all teaching panel who have taught you, once they were a student in National Quran class, the class which used to be conducted, in Beit al-Futuh. Sometime it started following a directive, in accordance with the directive of Hazrat Khalifatul al-Masih. It was started in Beit al-Futuh 2004. And every year, you see, there were 3 different weekends, and we successfully conducted these classes. And from there, thousands participants, male and female, benefited from those courses and those classes since 2004. But now this is the age of communication and modern technology, and in order to access to remote participants, it was important that we should take this platform to all, wherever they are, and they can access the class, or they can participate the class through this modern technology, this Zoom platform. So those who want to become teacher, certified teacher, they should send me a recording of the first 15 verses of Suratul Jinn. Remember, Suratul Jinn is chapter 72 in the Holy Quran, part 29. And I like first 15 verses to be recited and recorded and to be sent through email. The email has been repeated many times. Okay, you know very well that one as well. So send that one, and then I will listen to each recording, and then I will decide who can go to the next stage. For example, if your recitation is good and I can feel that they have the potential, then a small phone call will be given to you. Those who will pass this process, and then a special class, only very limited numbers, that is called Tadribul Muallimat. Tadribul Muallimat means training of the female Quranic teachers, Tadribul Muallimat, and where I will myself will listen to them, teach them, train them, and train them as teachers. And then after a certain time, they will be certified with the experience when they will show that they have taught such people as the requirement of the course. Then they will be given a certified or certificate of a teacher, a Quranic teacher, certified. And then inshallah ta'ala, they will be able to join the class, for example, in our teaching panel, as a, starting from as assistant teacher, sport teacher, full day teacher. So there's a progression. Okay. And also when you send your recording, also please indicate that whether you will be teaching or you are interested in teaching in Urdu language or in English language. So that, because as G4 and G6, there will be two different teaching panel. So we can form our team accordingly. And now in G4 course, as it was mentioned in the report, they started from the very basics, starting from harakat, and there was a progression in the lessons. And the last lesson, as you can see, and I was also listening to that one, that about the rules of waqf. So we start reading the Holy Quran with vowel, a short vowel, and end with the sukoon. Meaning in Arabic, it is said that you cannot start a word without a harakat, and you must end your recitation or your speaking or any kalimat or any sentence with a sukoon. That is why when there is a hamzatul wasl, any word cannot start with a sukoon. Sukoon must come at the end, where our voice has the limitation and comes to an end. And it should start with a vowel. Now, that was all covered in that class. That was essential for you to progress more and to be confident that one. Remember, the teaching of the Holy Quran or learning of the Holy Quran is not for 10 weeks or 20 weeks or 1 year. It is a whole life process. It is a continuous process. Every time we learn new things. Every time, whether you are a learner or a teacher, you will find something new and some quite certain links which Allah Ta'ala gives you from time to time if you are dedicated to that service. Now, I have seen multiple classes sometime, whenever I have time to watch the recordings, to listen to the recordings. And in at the end of a class, there was a prayer, okay, dua khatm al-Quran, okay, or dua after reciting the Holy Quran. I tell you that many times, many years before, or even when I remember that that was a common concept, that this dua, Allahumma arhamni bil Qur'an al-Azim, that is written after Surah An-Nas at the end page of the Holy Quran, it should be recited at that time when the Holy Quran should be completed. The one reading should be completed. That is good. That is, it is commonly practiced and it is commonly understood. But once I was in Masjid Fazal and Majlis Irfan was going on, you know that in every Friday when Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabbi Rahmahullah Ta'ala, in his time, there was a Majlis Irfan on Friday after, Isha time. So in one question was that what prayer should we offer after reciting the Holy Quran? And Hazrat Sahib categorically mentioned or referred to this prayer, Allahumma rahamni bil-Qur'an al-Azim. He said that is the prayer which is written on that one. So that is why in our class, since in a congregational class or anywhere in our Al-Hafizun or other, when I visit to different multiple Jamaas in UK, this prayer is, we recite that and in congregational manner as well. Now this prayer, though there is no authentic reference of this prayer in the books of the traditions, in the books of Ahadith, but it is so famous and well known, and it is being transmitted or practiced, that the words are that these words cannot be uttered then or given them except the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because the words itself, they show that there was some background from the Holy Quran as well. Inshallah, sometime in the future, I will explain to the subtle points in this beautiful prayer. In today's concluding session, I like to mention only about the 4 words which have been mentioned in this prayer. You see, you read and you repeat after that, warzuqni tilawatahu ana al-layl. That, O Allah, enable me its recitation during the hours of night. And after that is a one nahar. My point is that here we ask Allah the Almighty to give us a rizq. O Allah, provide us, give us a rizq. Wallahu khairur raziqeen. It is mentioned in the Quran that Allah is the best who provide. Meaning, there would be worldly people who can provide whatever they have. Everything is given to them by Allah the Almighty. But even an atheist or a worldly person can say, okay, I have 100 pounds, I give you this 10 pounds, this is, I'm giving to you that one. You are my employee and I give you this salary, I can increase this salary. But Allah Ta'ala says that they do not know that the real provider, the Raziq, is Allah the Almighty. And that is why the best, Wallahu khairur raziqeen. And from the concept of the Holy Quran, the rizq does not only mean a material something, a money in a material sense, but this rizq is spiritual rizq and worldly rizq. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina. This hasana basically is rizq. And hasana fil akhirah, or the real satisfaction or the barakat, only comes from Allah the Exalted. And we say warzuqni tilawatahu, that the recitation of the Holy Quran is also a great rizq, a provision, a blessing, a great blessing of Almighty Allah. And we say that prayer, we ask in that prayer, warzuqni tilawatahu ana al-layl. Now, first of all, in this prayer, the Holy Prophet ﷺ has mentioned ana al-layl. And the word ana, what is the meaning of ana? Ana is a plural word. And ana means the hours. Ana means hours. And the anyun is a singular, and inyun also another version, and ana means the hours. Now, we know that there is a in the 12 hours, that system, one word which can explain that one, and it is called equinox. Equinox means when 12 hours, the day has 12 hours, and the equal amount of time with regards to the hours, 12 hours day and 12 hours night. And it happens twice a year, 20th March and 22nd September, when there is, the day is of 12 hours and a night is of 12 hours. Now, in Arabic is very eloquent language and very, very wide and extensive its vocabulary. It shows that Hazrat Imam Shafi rahimahullah ta'ala used to say that this lughat, this Arabic cannot be known except the Prophet, meaning the only Prophet can know the intensity and the extent, its expansion, its wus'at, the Prophet, and the Prophet is directly guided and taught by Allah the Almighty. Now, I was telling about the hours of night, ana al-layl. In Arabic, if there are 12 hours of a night or 12 hours of day, in Arabic we find 24 individual words or independent words for every hour of a day. So as I mentioned, I am focusing this time on the ana al-layl. There was a book. It was written by Abu Mansur Alamatul Sa'alibi. He passed away in 1038 AD and or 429 Hijra calendar, in Islamic calendar. His book is Fiqhul Lughati wa Sirrul Arabiyya, the understanding of the language and secrets of the Arabic. And in his book, there's about 1,000 years, about 900 years or 1,000 or 900 years back, he wrote in that book, in which he mentioned that the first hour of the night is ash-shafaq, then the second al-ghasaq, third al-atama, al-sudfa, al-fahma, al-zulla, al-zulfa, al-buhra, al-sahar. Remember that the 9th hour is called as-sahar, and al-fajr, that is the 10th hour, and as-subh, that 11th hour, and as-sabah is the 12th hour. And similarly, he has written that Arab used to call or to have the name of each hour. Now, with regards to the tilawat of the Holy Quran, recitation of the Holy Quran, I would say that the night time has a great effect and great relation and link with the Holy Quran. We know that in Islamic calendar, the day does not start at 12 o'clock as in a Georgian calendar or here in Europe or other Christian calendar. Our day starts after Ghurub Shams. That is why the Ramadan starts when there is a sighting of moon, and then a new Islamic month starts. So the first prayer of the day is not Fajr, but basically it is a Maghrib, and then Isha, and then the third prayer is Al-Fajr, Zuhr, and Asr. So if a Islamic day starts after Ghurub Shams, then the Fajr is the first prayer in which the congregational recitation is made, okay? And then Isha, and then Fajr. We know that these Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr, they belong to the hours of night, and the congregational loud recitation in congregational prayers, loud recitation, Jahriyan, only made in Maghrib, Isha, and in Fajr. In Zuhr and Asr, it is not recited in a congregational mode, meaning in loud mode. Now we know that what is the practice of the recitation. As I mentioned, that the Maghrib starts a day in the Islamic calendar, Islamic month. Then in Maghrib, all the time, a slightly small recitation is made, meaning small surahs, small chapters, mostly 4 or 5 verses, maybe 7 verses, or even 3 verses, small chapters like in part 30. And then Isha, furthermore, and sometime a half ruku, as we can see the practice of Hazrat Sahib. And then in Fajr, sometime full ruku, like Aqim salata or the first 17 verses or whatever Imam used to recite. So this basically there is a progression in the loud recitation from Maghrib, Isha, and Al-Fajr. So Maghrib, small recitation, then medium amount of recitation is in the Isha, and then the Fajr is a culmination or the climax of the recitation of the Holy Quran. And these are all hours of night. Remember that especially the Holy Quran is recorded, and Holy Quran, there's a great benefit of reciting the Holy Quran, but Allah Ta'ala categorically mentions twice about the Quran al-Fajr. Wa Quran al-Fajr, inna Quran al-Fajri kana mashhuda. That the recitation at dawn, which is still in the ana al-layl, in the hours of night, specially acceptable and recorded in the account of the reciter. And we know that the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to recite the Holy Quran mostly at night time. And the Holy Quran itself was revealed at night time first. You see that as I mentioned in the beginning of this opening session, in the course, that about Surah Al-Alaq, Iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq, the Holy Quran started to be revealed not in the morning time, but it started in the evening, and mostly it was revealed at night time. Mostly it is recited and repeated at night time. Ramadan night prayer Tarawih is a good example of that one. And also the long surahs which the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to recite in tahajjud prayer. وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَتَهَجَّدْ بِهِ. My point and my humble request to you is that warzuqni tilawatahu, in that context, that oh Allah, give us the risk of the recitation of the Holy Quran during the hours of night, and one nahar is after that. So the Sunnah tells us that the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to recite multiple surahs or chapters at night time in ana al-layl. It is also mentioned about the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayatul Kursi, especially the last three chapters, Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Al-Falaq, and Surah Al-Nas, and also mentions about Bani Israel, Surah Az-Zumar, and Surah Al-Mulk. Okay, you are not all, I do not know any one of you, because everybody is with ID protected, but those or Huffaz, they can do that, Bani Israel or Zumar or long surahs. Even you can recite just by reading from the text of the Holy Quran, but the last three chapters would be the last good deed in our part. Meaning when we are near to sleep, we are going to bed, we should read following that warzuqni tilawatu ana layli, last three chapters. And that was the practice that Holy Prophet ﷺ used to blow on his hands after reciting these chapters, Surah Al-Ikhlas, Falaq, and An-Nas, and pass over whole body wherever he was able to do that one. So Ayatul Kursi, last three chapters, or the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, or any surah. So if you start after Maghrib, sometime in the reading of the Holy Quran, or during whenever it is possible, in nutshell, we should not go to bed without reciting the Holy Quran. As it is mentioned, warzuqni, then we can say that our prayer has been accepted, and we have been provided, we have been given this provision, and especially recitation at dawn, Quran al-Fajr. And at some time, yes, we know that in Islamic Sharia, there are some limitations. Sometimes we are unable to do that one. Then no one can stop you listening to the Holy Quran. Okay? If you, for some reason, if some are unable to recite the Holy Quran as an ibadat, as an act of worship, then you can listen. Okay? And in this way, there would be a connection with the Holy Quran on daily basis, and we will be working or traveling towards on that path, which is warzuqni tilawatahu ana al-layl. So from after ghurub, after sunset, before sunrise, these are the hours of night. Okay, 12 hours as mentioned. Yes, we know that in here there are some, not equally 12 hours. The whole, not every day is equally divided into two. But as I mentioned, that 20th March and 22nd September. And in Arabia, basically this concept is very clear, because that is not in their the division in Arabic countries as we find here in Europe. So I pray that may Allah enable us to recite the Holy Quran in the hours of night mostly, and in the day as well. If for some reason you cannot recite the Quran, the books related to the Quran, or the any books to the branches of the Quran, that could also be read, or we can help as well. So may Allah give us this rizq, this provision abundantly, and accept with His graciousness. So after that, I would like to invite the final address by the Vice President of Lajna Imaillah UK. I think she is with us now. She was quite kind enough to, she was present in the opening session as well. And now she will address us, and followed by a silent prayer.
Assalamu alaikum, Hafiz sahab.
Wa alaikum assalam.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Jazakallah, Hafiz sahab, for your very kind invitation so that I could join the final session. Alhamdulillah, today we conclude the G4 course designed to train teachers of the Holy Quran. I'm most grateful to respected Hafiz sahab and his team to have put together this course especially for Lajna UK. May Allah the Almighty bless you and reward you abundantly for doing so for us. As Hafiz sahab mentioned before, that it was a course that I had requested Hafiz sahab upon requests from many Lajna in the UK that they would benefit from such a course. And mashallah, the 95 places as it was given in the report was filled within a few days of when enrollment started. So this just shows that how much this course was needed. So Jazakallah Hafiz sahab once again. It is essential that we build capacity within Lajna so that our youngsters do not have to seek religious knowledge, particularly the learning of the Holy Quran from non-Ahmadis. And as it was said in the report, that Hazur Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Nasr Aziz directed that we should learn, that our children should learn Quran from us and not from outside. This course started in March and continued during the lockdown. So again, many worldly matters came to a halt due to the lockdown, but Alhamdulillah, the work of Allah and the work of Jamaat continues. I would like to quote the hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ that the best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it. So I would like to congratulate those who have completed this course successfully. Barakallahu lakum. May Allah enable all of you who have participated in this course to continue with their training and to spread the learning that they have acquired from the course. It is indeed important to practice and continue one's learning in order to improve and to develop further. So I'm sure that as Hafiz sahab has said, that the learning will continue inshallah and not stop with the end of this course. No doubt that I will call upon all participants from time to time, as there is a great demand and need for the teachers, for good teachers of the Holy Quran, which this course has helped us to produce. May Allah the Almighty bless you all and bless you all and bless also the administration and the teachers of this course I would like to say Jazakallah to all of you once again. May you all be the true recipients of Allah's favors. Ameen. Jazakallah Hafizah.
Thank you so much. Jazakumullahu ahsan al-jaza. So once again, Jazakumullah to the in charge and the teachers, very dedicated and devoted teachers. And they have very hardworkingly prepared the sheets and the good examples, and in which the way they conducted the course very confidently. I'm very happy with them as well, and for the participants. And I'm also thankful for the presence of Naib Sadr Saiba. So this is the time for the conclusion. Could you please join me for the silent prayer? ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم إنك حميد مجيد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.